Hey, the title of today's blog or story is Why You May Want to Be Wrong. Do you know a person who would argue about whether the sky is blue? They'd say, well, it's really azure. Well, we all know a person who always has to be right. And guess what? A lot of the time, it's us. Your brain really, 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 really wants to be right. It really likes it for good reason. It's biological. When we feel like we might be wrong, our brains get flooded with a hormone called cortisol. Then our instinctive primitive brain takes over. The fight response kicks in because when you win that argument, your brain is rewarded with goodies like dopamine and adrenaline. Our brains kind of get addicted to being right because it feels good. So here's some thoughts that you might think. It's a dog eat dog world. Men suck. Down with the patriarchy. I always screw up relationships. I'm too old, or I'm too fat, or I'm too stupid, or I'm too untalented. Love hurts. She didn't tell me I looked good in my bathing suit because she thinks I'm fat. You get the idea. There's a bajillion thoughts we think are true. We find all sorts of validation for these truths. We don't spend a lot of time thinking about how we might be wrong. That's because our brains are lazy. They're designed to be efficient. Habits are easy, and many of the thoughts that you have are just habitual. We often avoid engaging our prefrontal cortex, the human part of our brain, to think. Why? Because it sucks a lot of energy. So we just let our brains be right. But there's a but. We just screw ourselves by thinking we're always right. You create what you focus on. So what the hell do you create when you think, I always screw up relationships? What good comes from thinking that you're too old or that certain types of people suck? Nada. For example, your partner goes on a business trip. It's 7 p.m. and you haven't gotten a text yet. Your brain. See, they don't even give a crap about me at all. They have plenty of time to blab with their coworkers, but they don't have 30 seconds to send me a damn text. That's because I'm at the bottom of the pile today. Your partner's brain. I'll call tonight after dinner because my brain hurts from all this talking. Thinking you're not important or left out is just your brain's habit. In fact, that's how I used to think in the past. I thought it was just obvious reporting of facts. But I was wrong. My partner was not thinking about how unimportant I was. He was thinking he was busy, tired, and didn't even have enough time to pee between meetings. Your brain has done the same thing a million times. You realized you were wrong after being convinced you were right. But don't beat yourself up. You're a normal human. Our brains resist change. Sometimes it's more comfy to keep the right thoughts, even when they make us feel insecure, jealous, rejected, or hopeless. We hold on to those thoughts instead of entertaining the possibility that we could be wrong. Thinking, I'm not talented enough, may feel bad yet safe in its familiarity. We continue to hug the cactus because it seems scarier to let go and venture into an unknown desert. So what's the upside of being wrong? The upside is you don't have to keep suffering. Painful thoughts cause suffering. For example, maybe love doesn't hurt. Maybe love always feels fantastic and thoughts leading to rejection hurt instead. Maybe voting for blank, maybe everybody who voted for blank isn't a lint licking moron. Maybe they're not. Maybe they have the same goals you do, but they go about it differently. Ask yourself, could I be wrong about this? Would everybody agree with what I think is right? If the answer is no, they wouldn't all agree. That's the perfect thought to question. Get started by writing down 3 thoughts you think are right. It helps to remember the last time you got pissed off. It's kind of a good way to kind of jug your memory. So why were you pissed? How do you think you were right? Then take some time to think about how you could be wrong and write those thoughts down too. I wish you well in your search to be wrong. I'm Dawn Ziegler, a certified life coach. I work with women who think that emotional baggage is screwing with their romantic relationship. And you can get a free mini session with me as part of my Make Baggage Your Bitch program by visiting my site, therebuildingcoach.com. Until next time.